What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I've got my helper Ainsley here today, and today we are going to be building a garden for the family. Now, last year I built my wife this thing right here, and on a scale from 1 to made in China, it came with its own zip ties. So while we might use that this year, it's just going to be to start some small stuff, maybe some herbs. And we're going to be building a 12-foot square garden bed here, about 24 inches deep. Now, if you guys have never used Home Depot delivery, I got 3,000 pounds of stuff, all of this stuff delivered by truck from Home Depot, next day delivery for 80 bucks. So just word for the wise. All right, Ainsley, the first thing we're gonna do is dig up the old pavers. They put these down when they built the house. We are gonna dig those up, put down some new topsoil, grass seed it, and we're gonna repurpose them within and around the garden bed. Let's get cranking on that, right? Yeah. All right, guys, the dogs have really been killing the grass over the years, so it was about time that I pulled up these pavers, I put down some fresh topsoil, and I overseeded again. Also, this is about the 5th time I've gotten Home Depot delivery. It's 80 bucks. It's well worth it. All right, well, we got all of those up. We're gonna have to come back later on, get some topsoil to add in there and just kind of regrade the whole area. Next thing we're gonna start doing is we're gonna start to dig out where the 4x4s and the 2x6 beams along the bottom are gonna go to score this thing out. There is a slight grade off my house down to my driveway. I'm gonna try to keep most of that grade. What I'm gonna do though to make sure that the whole thing is flat and symmetrical is I'm gonna dig a small trench, probably about 6 to 8 inches wide, down and around, so that my 2x6 will be partially buried on one side, the high side, and they should be level with the ground over here. I'm not going to anchor these into the ground. This thing's going to weigh well over 1,000 pounds. We should be good to go. Let's get great. It's hard to see on the camera, but I had used spray paint to outline the perimeter of the garden just so I knew where it was going to go. After that, I cut some 2x6s and I got to digging. You'll see here, I'm putting one of the 4x4 posts into one of the corners so I could lay this out and see what it would start to look like when it was square. I found it easiest just to walk down the spray painted lines and start digging. Also, if you guys don't have one of those red claws you see in the video there, I highly recommend getting one. It really saved my back. All right. A lot of digging, but I think we have this thing mostly level right now. We had to go down quite a ways. It's actually about a ½ inch below the soil line. We'll put some pavers underneath the corners. We will get this thing jacked up about 2 inches, so some of that will be on grade still. But I wanted to get the ground just so it was level to kind of build on from here. We've gotten kind of everything dug out around here. Again, this side is going to be kind of at grade or slightly above grade. We are, again, going to put pavers underneath about 13 spots of this entire thing just to kind of get it level, get it just off the ground a little bit. I think the next thing I'm going to do is I did put one 4x4 in just to kind of start getting square. I'm going to measure corner to corner just to make sure this thing is perfectly square. I'm doing it 3 feet off my house foundation. We're going to get the whole thing square. Then I think I'm going to add some 4x4s and we're going to start building. It figures the first thing that I needed, Home Depot put at the very bottom of 3,000 pounds of paver base and river rock. What a pain. All right, we got those out. Now we have to get these pavers, start putting them in the corners of that, putting back down the 4x4s and the 2x6s, double checking for square and level, and then we can start building up the sides to make sure this thing holds up over the night until I finish it tomorrow. Once I had everything dug out, the rest was fairly simple. Put down paver base and try to make everything level. You'll also see me measuring. I tried to keep the whole thing consistently 36 inches or about 3 feet off of my house. All right, so both the corner down there and the corner right here, it's 35 inches off the foundation. So I'm making sure that both of these are 35 inches. Once I get all 4 4x4s in the corners, I'm going to measure from diagonal corner to diagonal corner both ways. We're going to make sure they're the exact same length. That's how you know your entire unit is square. Ainsley, Daddy messed up.
I heard.
You heard. I should have measured corner to corner before I poured down the paver base. It's not a big deal. I can scoop it back up. I have plenty of bags. So let me show you guys what I mean. I know I don't have the 4x4s in yet, but I eyeballed it. I could just tell this thing wasn't square. So we're going from that corner over there to this corner over here. Now the back of the 4x4 is about, call it 196 inches. I go to the other corner. Now this side over here, it's about 198 inches. So this corner has to go that way, probably another about 2 inches to make a square. So if you guys are never sure if things are square, measure corner to corner. That's how you make a shed or anything perfectly square. right, it's late in the day, but we finally have some corners in. The thing is getting to become level. We are going to try to put up a few more boards tonight before the sun goes down just to reinforce it for the night. We'll be back and finishing this tomorrow. Let's keep cranking while we still have some daylight. Day one was over. It was time for rest for day two. I woke up the next morning, energized to see this thing come together. It was actually amazing that once I had everything dug out, leveled, into my 2x6s cut, how fast it all came together. The kiddos were a huge help, measuring, holding wood while I cut. I think it's really important as a parent to teach your kids how to do this stuff. At a minimum, it gives them a sense that they can do it themselves. Here, I'm cutting out for the doorway. I'll be honest, I didn't really have a plan for 100% of this before I started, so I was kind of just winging it. Once I got the doorway all framed out, the next thing I did was buy a whole bunch of these galvanized L brackets from Home Depot. I wound up going around the entire garden and putting them in every single corner to tie everything in. Some of you may be thinking that they're not going to be very strong. This video was shot over 1 year ago, and those brackets are holding up nice and tight, and the garden is still rock solid. The kids were such a big part of me building this garden. If it wasn't for them, this would have been so much more difficult. Once the outside was all framed out, it made getting the inside dug out very easy. We just had to measure off the outside wall and start leveling 2x6s. And then we just put in the last two pavers, and this thing was really coming together. Finally, we started to have a garden that was taking shape, and we could see what the final product was going to be. All right, so I've been filming for a few hours now, and I thought I would just do a quick check-in per the usual. It's starting to take shape. I'm really happy with how it's coming along right now. These are 8-foot 4x4s. I'm gonna cut them down to about 7 feet. We're making good progress. Now, the next thing I have to do is I'm gonna rip some 22.5-inch 2x6s like that brace right there. I'm gonna put a brace in the middle of all of these long runs right here, just to make sure that the boards are A, reinforced, and B, line up perfectly. And then I think after I get done doing that, I do have 12-foot 2x4s. I'm gonna run just 2x4s over all of the edges face down, just to give it a nice 3.5-inch lip. So when you come out here with a watering can or you want to put something down, you have a little bit of a surface to lay stuff down on. So without further ado, let's keep cranking. I'd highly recommend if any of you are going to build your own garden, do what I'm doing here. Get some scrap 2x6s and tie all 4 of your boards together. It'll keep them from separating over the years as the weather changes. I wound up notching the 4x4 post down from 8 feet to 7 feet, leaving just enough headroom that I could get in. And this is me being an idiot. I wound up putting 2x4s around the entire outside perimeter just to tie everything in and give the whole thing a little bit more stability. As you'll see in a little bit, I left about a 2-inch gap between the top of the 4x4 and where I was putting the 2x4 post, just because I wound up buying some nice end caps to put on top of the 4x4, just for aesthetic reasons. All right, guys, quick check-in. I've done a lot during the day here. It's probably been about 2 minutes for you guys. I've gotten the top beams all installed. I've got the 4x4s notched and cut off at the top. I've also got all of the 2x4 top beams here cut and just placed in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some outdoor construction grade adhesive. And I'm going to put a bead down underneath all of these. Then I got some galvanized 16 gauge finishing nails that I'm going to use with my nail gun to put them in so that you don't have like an eyesore. I don't really want to see some of these exterior grade wood screws when you're looking at it. I want to make it as nice as possible. Now, ideally, I would have gotten 15 gauge stainless steel outdoor finishing nails. Unfortunately, I only had a 16 gauge nail gun, and the big box stores, at least to my knowledge, the one near me, did not sell stainless steel finishing nails. But alas, here we go. Let's keep going. Between the combination of the external grade adhesive and the galvanized nails I put in, these 2x4s have been rock solid. I've been sanding all over these things during the build process, and like I said, this video is over 1 year old, and those continue to be rock solid and support my weight without a single problem. Say my name. And if I do say so myself, I think I did a pretty darn good job cutting out the 45-degree angles on these 2x4s. Everything came together really nice, and these things look great. All right, guys. We're going to call it quits for today, but a lot has gotten done. All of these top boards are on. They're glued down. I've got the finishing nails going through them. Again, the galvanized finishing nails. And then I didn't show it on camera. I actually forgot to, but I used the same construction grade adhesive for these top posts here, just these little finishing touches. You can see I had the same ones over here. It just adds a nice little, I think, finishing look to it. They come in copper also, but we have black shutters in the house. So I thought that would be a little bit better than trying to go copper, though, even though I think the copper looked pretty darn cool. So to each their own. But at this point, we're pretty much done. You can see I did go out and just get some little L brackets just to tie everything together. And then in every single corner, I did just go put another piece of blocking. As you can see, just got to put one there still. But I did put another just piece of blocking just to add some reinforcement to these 2x4s. So if you're sitting on them, they're nice and solid. So I think at this point, I'm going to wrap the video up for the day. There's not much left to do, guys. I just have to put that soil back in all the grooves there, fill all that back in. We'll cover all these stones. You won't see them. And then the entire way around this entire thing, I'm going to have mulch. I'm going to have nice river rock. I'm going to reuse the pavers that we took up before. And I think it's going to look really nice when it's all said and done. And again, the entire front over here is just going to be 100% mulch and flowers. That said, guys, I'm going to wrap up for today. I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, we're back. This is no matter what the final day because I got to get done with this project. I got the kiddos here. I got Ainsley here. I got our neighbor Jake helping out. Jake, say what's up, bud. Hi. Ainsley, say hi. All right, so right now we're having the kiddos help put all this dirt back in to fill in the grooves there to get everything nice and flat. And then you can see over here, we're starting to lay some cardboard at the bottom. That'll keep the weeds from growing in once we get the garden up and running. So right now, we got to finish doing this. I'm going to get some scrap wood and I'm going to screw them on the inside of that just to keep everything within the confines of the garden. We got to hang up some a couple more 2x4 posts here in the middle and around. Then we're going to do some finishing with some mulch around the edges, some rock and pavers. It'll look really nice. Let's keep moving. You're going to start to see more and more people show up. We live in an awesome neighborhood, and everybody wanted to come over and help out. And don't forget the 2 best dogs ever. Here, I'm just using some scrap 2x6s. Since this side is above grade a little bit, I wanted to make sure dirt didn't come out. Everything that I read online about starting a garden bed said you should put cardboard down first, then some organic matter, then hay, and then dirt. So that's what we did here. I may have severely underestimated how big this thing is. I just had to go out and get 10 bales of straw. Let's keep going. My buddy Tony came over to help us put some of the hay in. He's probably a bit overdressed for the process, but thanks a lot, man. Appreciate the help. One of the best parts about this entire project was the fact that all the kids in the whole neighborhood came down to help. Everybody had a great time. They were playing in the dirt. They were being kids. And that's what it's really all about. You feeling the dirt? Hey.
No, I'm feeling dirt.
One thing to be aware of when you're making your first garden, that dirt might be level right now, but it's gonna go down 6, if not 8 inches over the next 2 weeks with rain. Alright guys, so we're getting a lot done here. I did some of this off camera. I just dug out the sod and kind of measured everything off. You can see I've got this whole area cleared here now. This giant pile of mulch here is going to go down right here. And then starting from the front of it here to the back will be more of those pavers and river rock there. So it should look really nice to make a walkway so you can get from the house to where the utilities are hooked up here if you have to. We're getting pretty far. I think I'm almost done. And then I dug out over here also. So again, I'll probably have a paver here. I haven't decided if I want to carry the river rock all the way to the grass edge here or not, or if I want to do mulch with the paver. I am going to do mulch here, and then around, and we'll have some nice little flowers there. I think that'll look really nice. We're getting really close. I'm excited. I do have to do a couple more 2x4 posts around just the outside frame and then hang up the deer and bird netting, but we're getting close. Let's keep cranking. I don't really show it on camera here, but I did level all of these pavers with the appropriate leveling sand beneath them, and I made sure they were equally spaced apart. All right, guys, and just like that, we're making really good progress. Mulch pile officially gone. You guys can see the wife has already started to plant some of the crop in here right now. We got some flowers going down in the mulch beds. I spread all that was left over from the dirt where the dogs have been ruining my lawn. Put some seed down there soon. But look how nice this is coming together. You walk outside, you got your stepstone pavers, you get the river rock in between it. It's really starting to come together right now. All that I really have left right now is just to do a couple 2x4 posts around the support beams around the outside, and then put the netting up, and then build the door, and then we're done. Let's keep cranking. I probably didn't need to put these center posts in, but I think it added some more support and stability for those top 2x4 posts since those span 12 feet. It also gave me something else to attach the net to. I was putting up this garden netting. I got this stuff off Amazon. It's very hard to work with, rips out very easily. Buyer beware. I can't stress enough, use black vinyl coated chicken wire. Save yourself the headache. The garden mesh simply just did not work. I kept the garden door as simple as possible. All I needed it to do was keep animals out. And in case you're wondering, all of the hardware came from Home Depot. All that was left was some final touches, and then it was done. This is about 1 month later from that last shot we saw, but look how great everything came in. I think this looks freaking awesome. All right, guys, and with that, the garden's officially complete. As you can see, we're already making great use of it. We've got tomatoes growing, we've got sugar snap peas, we've got lettuce, we've got all sorts of stuff growing in there. I think we even have radishes that we've been feeding to our little bunny on the inside. We are really happy though, and honestly, for the first year garden, it's producing more than I ever thought it was going to do. That said, if you guys got something out of this video, please consider subscribing, please comment below, please like the video, and until I see you guys again, get in the gym, take care of yourselves, and live your dream. I'll catch you next time.